All the wires have the perfect colors or the perfect duplicates. This is the original putty that they used to seal the top of it.
That's awesome.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous? It looks like a brand new part. So it's so important that you take care of these vendors, because we're getting ready to order, I don't know, $100,000 worth of parts from all these different vendors, like Passion for Mopars and Accurate exhaust systems. We've got Glen Ray radiators over there. This is the radiator I just ordered for the 71 Charger. It's a very unusual one. It's a 22-inch, which is really weird for a 446 pack, right? But it's a 22-inch, so the correct part number is a 3443938. It's got the correct nipples for the transmission cooler lines and the correct torsion clamps.
Nice.
Over here's the original fan shroud mounting hardware. He wants to make sure that when we put our fan shroud on it that we bought from whomever, that it has the correct bolts. And this is restored. This is not a brand new radiator, but if you look at this, 3443938, that is the radiator cap, the original radiator overflow hose with the multi-ribs on the side of it. This is exactly the way the radiator appeared in the 71 Charger RT 446 pack on the day it was built. When I open these books, it's because it's the vendor I choose, okay? I use Mopar Performance because a lot of the stuff is duplicates to the originals. The guys PG Classics up in Canada.
I was going through that.
They're phenomenal stuff, you know? And same thing, Legendary is the only interiors we use. It isn't just a guess. I mean, there's other guys that are doing some of this stuff, but nobody's doing it as right as these guys are doing it. I can't produce a car that can go compete at a national event if every component in it isn't right. So who's the most important besides me?
Your vendors.
The vendors.
The unburied dead are coming back to life. Coming back to life.
My name's Mark Warman.
I'm Darren Kirkpatrick.
And we get paid to bring dead cars back to life. We work with my best friend Royal and my son-in-law Josh. We search far and wide to find how a car was built, where it spent its life, and how it died. After that, we bring it back to look exactly the way it did on the day it was born. If we don't kill each other. So do you remember the Challenger a couple of years ago? The 70 Challenger Trans Am car? Well, I didn't really necessarily go into an elaborate detail on it, but what concerned me was that was a pretty solid old car, but when it got back over here, it was obvious that there was some metal missing off that car. So yesterday I got a voicemail saying that we were green light go for the dipper for the 71 Cuda. When I refer to a dipper, I'm referring to a company that specializes in cleaning metal. Somebody who will take a vehicle and dip it into a large vat, usually full of acid, and remove all of the paint and the rust and the different sealers and undercoatings. What concerns me is that car comes out of the tank and the only thing on the end of the hook is the seatbelt I forgot to unbolt. I mean, I'm done. I got a client with a ton of money out. Hey, can you hang on? All right, hang on. The problem is if you happen to leave a car in one of those tanks full of acid too long, it just continues to eat and eat and eat until there's nothing left of the vehicle. Is there any way to make sure that we get all of the paint, all of the rust, all of the seam sealer, all of the undercoating off of the car with the least amount of removal of the actual metal that we still need to be able to restore the car? And now I got a call. 1 second again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would spend less time in there than that. No, I know. I'll tell you what worries me, and I've been worried about it since the beginning. Nobody cares. The guy that has the company doesn't care if I take the car over there and it turns out that I have nothing left out of the dip tank, but I have to care because I get paid to care. I know, I know, you want super perfect, but that's not. Hey, it's just, that's how it goes. Okay, we'll be over there at either myself or Darren will be over there at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. If I go over there in 3 days from now, from the day we drop it off, and I pick it up, and there's nothing left of it because he got sidetracked or he got busy, then honestly, I'm going to have to write a check to my customer for $50,000, probably plus interest, for his investment in the 71 Cuda because there's nothing left of it. Okay, bye. So currently we're working on a multitude of cars. The 1971 Dodge Charger Triple Green 446 pack is nearing completion but still has quite a few steps left on it. The 1970 factory sunroof Plum Crazy Challenger RT is nearly in the body stages and has a ton left to do on it. We haven't even found the original motor yet for it. The 1971 Triple Black 344-speed Cuda is also on the slate to get restored this spring. And I have to get the 71 446 barrel shaker hood Tour Red Cuda over to the Dipper, which worries me even to this last minute about taking it in and putting in a big fat full of acid. Let's see, is there anything else I can add? Yes, absolutely there is. There's a 1970 Cuda job that I hustled, 383 automatic, numbers matching, rally red car. It's supposed to get dropped off, I think, yeah, like now.
I bought this Cuda about 15 years ago. The day that I purchased it, I took it home, pulled it in the garage, took it apart, and stopped. Every time I would come home and walk through the garage, I would see that car sitting there and my heart would just sink. I just figured I'm not gonna get this thing done. It's not gonna happen.
He's always wanted to work on his car. It's been sitting in the garage. We've been living at our house since we've been married for 5 years now. And personally, I was tired of it being in the garage in the state it was in. And he's been looking at it, walking by it and saying, I'm never gonna fix my car.
So I got a phone call a few days ago from a lady out of Washington who had read our article in the Auto Enthusiast magazine.
He was just chomping at the bit to try to do something about his car.
I told the wife that there's actually a Mopar restore shop right down here in Springfield, Oregon, and I was very ecstatic to find that out.
You know, initially, the motivation to start this whole process was Mark's turning 50 in February, and I thought, what a great reminder of your 50th birthday to have this project complete.
When I came home the next morning or the next evening from work, the wife informed me that she'd contacted Graveyard Carz, and away we went.
We scheduled an appointment to come down. We drove down, came and looked at the shop and all the other cars that had been, that work was being done on them, and there was a Roadrunner. Okay, these guys know their stuff. They are very passionate about Mopars, and it was like they eat and breathe Mopars. I'm like, this is perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
It's a solid car. It's nice.
Yeah, it's had some work on it. See, we've had a little bit of fiberglass work up here on the portion here, and the metal replacement. I'm going, we're still pitted down in here.
Who was doing that? Is that before you got it?
It's when I first got the car. Somebody was recommended to me, and that was the place I had it. I went in and they had the shotgun sitting right. I was so upset.
There's a lot of bad guys out in any business. He took his car to a restoration shop. He gave him a great big deposit, and he goes back to pick it up, and they won't let him have it back without paying the balance of something. The only problem was the car had never been touched.
They had a shotgun sitting right at the desk there when I came to pick this car up. And I had to pay the money to get it out of their shop.
So you weren't getting your car, even though they hadn't worked on it,
That's
hadn't
right.
done anything, but you were going to pay before that car went in.
Before that went anywhere, I was. Yeah.
There's some bad guys out there.
There was. That was a bad deal. So.
Some really bad guys. Yeah, there's
our number,
type.
which matches
The one right here,
right
probably.
up front. Correct.
Yeah. All the body numbers match the cowl, the firewall.
That was one of the first things when you told me that. I went home and
Double check those
numbers and said, there we go. Okay.
This Cuda is going to be just a beautiful car when it's done. It's an original FE5 red with a black top, black interior. It's going to be gorgeous.
He's had this car for such a long time, since long before that I met him, and I want to see his expression when he gets in it, drives in it, and then I want to be able to go somewhere with him and enjoy the vehicle and have some memories.
If I don't find somebody that can dip the car, then I'm in trouble.
He's under a lot of stress. He's got a lot on his plate.
I'm gonna look pretty bad to my client. Oh, I got you. Look at the dead guy on the ground. I've been looking forward to going down and seeing Tom and the gang at Accurate Exhaust. Instead of me getting to go down there and visit and check out some of the new stuff that they're doing, I have to send Darren.
Hi, Tom.
Hi Darren, how you doing?
Good.
My name is Tom Swope and I'm the owner of Accurate Exhaust Products Ltd. Our company manufactures Mopar exhaust systems, that's all we do. So you can buy a pre-built exhaust system, you can order it, and we'll test fit it here, we'll send it out. You can bolt it right on your car in sometimes less than a half hour. We start with an original. We improve the original, we make program cards. What this is we start with a straight piece of pipe, let's say 10 foot long. Program card is all the specs that you need to bend the pipe. So this will have like 7 bends in it. As it moves through the machine, the operator actually will, by the time he gets done with it, it'll have all the proper bends to it.
It's this exact attention to detail that makes us look good. And one of the reasons I love Accurate Exhaust. Just love them.
If you looked out in our yard, we have a lot of cars out there, probably 20 sitting out there. And that's what we test fit our exhaust systems on. It's like the 71 Charger that you saw. Mark has a 71 Charger. And so we got our Charger and we put it up on the lift and we tested all his parts on that car again and made sure that there wasn't some little problem with it. So when he gets it, it'll bolt right on his 71.
So how many's in here about?
We have about 110 exhaust systems for just Mopars. Try and get it where somebody can just buy the system and they'll get everything from us. They don't have to shop around and collect parts. It's the only thing we do and we do it well.
I'm not doing it. I'm just not going to take it over there. I'm not taking the chance of it going over there and finding out that I got nothing back. I'm just not. I'm just not. The 71 Cuda really has me perplexed. I think we may be in for some trouble on it. If I don't find somebody that can dip the car that cares enough to make sure that we don't end up pulling up nothing up out of the dip tank, then I'm in trouble. I'm going to sit down and see if I can find any other alternatives to taking it over to an acid bath and dipping it. I appreciate your help. All right, bye. I have a company out here called Graveyard Carz. We restore Chrysler muscle cars. And I saw online that you guys do metal dipping and cleaning. Yeah, it works great. Okay, I'm just hoping to find somebody that doesn't use acid as the primary dipping tank because I just can't afford to lose a lot of metal off this car. I need to go to the doctor. My ear is killing me. It's holding that thing in your ear for hours while dogs are barking. Hello, Haiti. I love you. Anyway, I'm sorry to bother you, but yeah, if it's acid, I'm going to try to avoid that. All right. Yeah, well, I appreciate your time. Okay, bye. I've got a 71 Cuda 446 barrel that's worth around $250,000 when it's restored, and I guess the idea of walking up to my client and handing him a fender tag and a title to a car that doesn't exist because it melted away in your vat wasn't exactly my primary goal. Or not. What do you think of that person hanging up on you? They didn't hang up on me, fool. Okay. Josh is loading the 340 Magnum in the back of my car so I can take it down to the engine builder in Crestwell today.
My name is Gary Stevenson. I own Engine Research and Development in Creswell, Oregon. We build all kinds of different engines for different race applications, street rods, anything that's got a running engine in it, we'll work on.
My friend Gary Stevenson has been building engines and doing performance work for about 35 years. I remember when I was a kid, he was over in Glenwood with a little shop, and we'd go over there and look on his walls for all the little cool bolt-on stuff that now, ironically, we take back off the cars to put the original stuff back on. I love going into Gary's shop. Every time I go down there, it seems like it was cleaner than the last time I was there. It's like a showroom. He's got this room, this clean room, where he assembles his engines. It's got this cool looking door, looks like it came off of a safe. All of the equipment is remarkably clean. I mean, it looks like a surgical room inside there. So when I tore the 340 apart with the guys, it looked pretty clean to me. With any luck, we can reuse the pistons. They were already at 30 over, but they looked like they were fairly new, at least mileage-wise. They didn't have a ton of miles on them. So hopefully we can get out of it with a fairly light overhaul.
Well, Mark dropped off the 71 340 today. Once we get it cleaned up and measured, then we'll call Mark back, let him know what it needs to make it a good running engine again.
One of the reasons I love using Gary for building the motors is that when I go down there to pick it up, it's going to be spotless, it's going to be perfect, and it's going to be ready to assemble. So I'm going to leave the 340 with Gary. He'll give me a call in a few days when all the machine work's done. I'll swing back down, pick it up, and bring it to the shop for building.
He's under a lot of stress. He's got a lot on his plate.
Because I have a car that's probably worth $250,000 when it's done.
The race was a blast.
Turn around and go back.
So now here's the part where you really need to be an optimist.
My favorite part of the job working on these cars is when the new parts come in and you get to open the boxes, see all the packages, check all the inventory out. Look at that, original Q clamps. They started getting the original Q clamps. That's awesome. What was it?
Did you not get the resonators on this?
Got it. It's not Jurassic Park, you freak. They only made 98 446-pack automatic 71 Chargers. So out of the 98, how many of them were optioned triple green with an air grabber? It could easily be one of only one ever made.
You sure you didn't say ratcheting
Am
wrench?
I one of the best? I don't know. You be the judge. I can tell you every part for every nut for every bolt for every car ever built from 1968 to 1971. No, guy.
What did
Does
you
this
want,
at
buddy?
all? Does this even begin to look like a
Alright.
ratcheting wrench?
Ha!
Or does
And
this
I'm
a
the
ratchet
one that
with an
doesn't
extension
listen.
and a
What
deep
did I
socket?
tell you? Ratcheting wrench.
Okay, give him the wrench. Then why don't you just get it instead of carrying on?
Well, because then you would have harassed me. No, we
Why
didn't.
do I have to go through this?
Make him say please.
Please. Oh, great one.
Make it big.
Thanks, bro. You're the best. And was that Josh correcting Darren on that one? Nice work, Jay. Nice work.
Go back in the tape. Listen in the audio. I know I said ratcheting wrench.
So you need to go out and find this bolt. You take this out there. If you swear that you don't do your usual G.I. Joe doll stuck in the bottom of the bathtub routine, you promise you put it back
What
in.
in the hell does that mean?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
All right.
What?
Well, you tend to lay things down and then that's where they're setting forever. So like I might go out back and find this wedged in a tire of a car. And then when I ask, well, who left it out here? Everybody says, not me, dude. Just like your G.I. Joe doll that was stuck in the drain of your bathtub that your mom told me about.
Oh,
that
okay.
You continually denied doing, and you know you did.
Well, from now on, if you start asking things like that, I think I'm going to say, who'd you piss off?
Okay, there you go. We made record time installing the exhaust on the 71 Charger. Absolutely everything went according to plan. Everything's where it's supposed to be, bolted down tight, perfect. And why? Because Darren didn't help. So is there absolutely nobody that you know of either that uses something that won't just eat the metal to pieces? Yeah, well, I don't know what to say. Yeah, your system won't work, neither will the other 300 systems out there. Or that, or I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and take a chance, drop it in. Well, I'm trying to get hold of somebody out there that does metal dipping but doesn't use an acid-based solution, because the acid by nature eats metal. And our poor old Cuda just doesn't have a whole lot of metal left to donate to the world. Yeah, hi, my name is Mark. I'm with Graveyard Carz in Springfield, Oregon. I'd like to inquire about your metal dipping process. Can you hang on? 1 second. Hey Scott. I had lent Scott my '69 Cadillac hearse last October for the haunted house that he was running. Yeah. Well, it's because I have been trying to get hold of you. Sure, I'm not doing anything. I'll do it today. So you're there, back door, walk in, done, and I just got to take the door off the front so I can get the car out, or you'll help me. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's early enough. I'm going to run over there before lunch, so I'll see you in just a little bit. All right. Yep. Bye. Okay. Anyway, so my point is, if I take that car and I dip it and I bring back nothing, or can't restore that car, I mean, I'm going to look pretty bad to my client. So I guess I'm going to run over now and get the hearse. Captain America called and said that the place is open now where I left the hearse, so I'm going to run over and grab it, I guess, and since I'm not doing anything else. The last few weeks have been more stressful than usual, and I admit that. I didn't have a whole lot of extra time when Scott called, but as it turns out, the only window of opportunity he had for me to come get the hearse out of there was right then, right when he called. Hello? Can't see any. Did you idiots actually bring a light? Did anybody bring anything? Of course not. I just want my car back. Hey, yo! Hello? Just wanted to get my car. It was sitting right there where those pallets are. When I first got there, I thought, I'll just turn around and go back. But no, I just keep walking through. I should have left. I have high blood pressure. What kind of grown man does this in the middle of the spring? This is insanity. Hey, Scott. And as soon as I got there, I knew it. I kind of had that weird feeling. Like, we got in there, I yelled around, nobody was there, the lights are all out, the little haunted house that he keeps up year-round is all lit, and I'm like, oh, God. Hey, Scott, Mark, over at Graveyard. Can you call me? I'm inside your haunted house. I just was hoping I could maybe get my hearse and go home. Okay, it's gonna be the game. Shit. And I knew he just wasn't gonna roll over and come out and tell me where my car was, because that's not what guys like that do. They live for this stuff. So, like a rat up a tailpipe, there I had to go walking through the stupid haunted house. And again, all I really don't want is feet sticking out of weird areas. What's that? I could see where a guy would like doing this, but 12 months out of the year, you have to be insane. Now, why is that? That's stupid, and you guys know it's stupid. That's just what that is. That's just dumb. Yellow. Yeah, spiders. I hate spiders. Absolutely hate spiders. That's stupid. That's irresponsible. I know that this is what Scott does for a living, and I respect that. Everybody's got to be good. I think he's very good at what he does, okay? I restore cars. I'm very good at what I do, okay? But he's at work getting ready to make money in the upcoming season. I'm being taken away from work. I'm being pulled back away from work to walk through this crap hole. Yeah, it's good, Scott. It's great. Oh, you got me. Whoo, look at me, everybody. I'm a grown man scaring people. You come to my shop to check on your car, and I'm not gonna push an intake manifold off the roof onto you and say, "Oh, I got you. Look at the dead guy on the ground." You know, it's a responsibility. And all my point is, I got high blood pressure, man.
Hey, you know,
I know, but don't you?
It's all about having fun. Your
Yeah.
hearse is right over here. Just follow me.
It just wasn't fun, dude. Why is he up there? What is hanging down?
Oh well, you know, just a few.
Why just?
I heard you like spiders.
I hate this place. I'd love to find my hearse.
I got a secret door here.
Okay, no tricks though, right? We've been down that road. Okay.
There it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Frankenhurst is one of the most popular attractions anywhere it goes. Absolutely, hands down. I put a YN dual 4 intake on it with dual 750 Hollies and hand built some Zoomy headers for it. It's a good looking car, and we've actually spent quite a bit of time together, Frankenhurst and me, working on these old Mopars. Thank you.
Yeah, I knew Mark was coming over to check out his hearse, see how it's doing, and possibly pick it up. So I thought I'd give him a little scare, you know, and I think it worked out pretty good.
He figures he probably really got me, like really scared me. But I think you can tell by looking that I wasn't really scared at the time. It's quite a haunted house, my friend. It's cool.
Darren and I are finding a new place to take the 71 Cuda.
Let's get Mark so he jumps off the deep end, buddy.
Dude, come on!
All I'm asking you to do is to do your part, okay? I did my job, I did my part. All I'm asking you to do is to do your part, okay? What? Honestly.
So they said that they couldn't chrome these because they're pot metal.
Okay. After 4 days of trying to find a dipper, every single morning on the telephone, parts coming up wrong, people coming in late, every mistake in the world that can happen, I got Josh walking in telling me that the chrome moldings I needed for the 71 Charger to be able to put the interior in it aren't done. So after a month of you having these parts, God, I mean, why is it every fucking thing has to happen this way? I mean, if it's not you, it's Darren, or it's Royal, it's somebody not doing their job. So when all the pieces get broken, I have to go along and pick them up and fix them. That's a lot of weight on somebody's shoulders. Do you have any idea
Well,
what it's like?
What do you want me to do, man?
When you go over there and you drop them off, you say to them, I need these back in a week. And then when they bring them back to you, or they call you, they have to call you and say, I'm sorry, these are made of pot metal. We can't chrome pot metal. Then I can go out looking for somebody who does do chroming of pot metal, but I can't find out the day that they're supposed to go on the car because all the interior goes in underneath it, and it's just too much. It's the whole thing. Everything's just adding up the same exact way. I just found out I don't have a harmonic balancer for the 340. Go find one. Good luck. Go out there and find one for it with the right date code and the right markings on it. Go find one right now. I got the wiper motor supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. I got the exhaust system that I couldn't even go down and meet with my friends and visit with them at all. And instead, I got you guys bringing it up, and half the hardware's missing because you guys get too busy playing grab ass than focusing on the job. And that drives me crazy sometimes. I can't even have my own normal life. Like now, I'm sure, no matter what I say to the idiots, they won't be able to edit it out. I'm going to look like some kind of a psycho, lunatic, whatever.
Well, okay.
You know what? There is no okay. You handle it. You tell Darren. You tell Royal.
Well, dude, come on. We need you, dude. We seriously need you. And, you know, like, what do you want me to do with this? You can't just leave, man. Mark, dude, come on. Mark, are you fucking kidding, dude? I give up. God, I've never seen Mark or even heard of Mark being that upset before. And it was kind of a shock to me. I mean, I just kind of froze up there like, oh God, what did I do? You know, but I guess I can't really take it personal. But tomorrow's a new day.
This here's acid dipping. That's what Mark wanted to stay away from, right?
He didn't want to do acid dipping? Darren and I are trying to brainstorm about finding a new place to take the 71 Cuda. We're trying to find a new dipper for it. Well, then I think you should go back to the one that you just had.
Okay, there's the one. There's the one we use already.
So poor Mark had a nervous breakdown.
Mark is under a lot of stress a lot of times here, dealing with the Mopars in the body shop, graveyard cars, all those involved. He's under a lot of stress. He's got a lot on his plate. So what led up to this? Or what?
I don't know. I just got back from the chrome shop yesterday, and some moldings that I got for the Charger, they couldn't chrome it because it was pot metal, and I just remember putting it down, and then bam, right after that, Mark he just snapped. Kind of went crazy, and then like I just kind of sat here and listened to him bicker for a little bit, and all of a sudden he just walked out the door and squealed out of here.
Have you done anything? Did I do anything earlier?
You mean as far as
You get him all wound up or anything? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think I did
He didn't say
anything at all
anything about
yesterday at all. I hardly saw him. Did he apologize today or to you anything?
it. No.
Have you seen him today?
No.
So you don't know how he is today?
No.
Well, I can probably get him riled up again. Pretty easy. Won't take much today, then, right?
Yeah, that's definitely something I want to hear in a time of crisis like this. Like, yeah, let's get Mark all amped up again so he jumps off the deep end. Buddy.
I see what he's up against. There's pretty much not much of a choice out there.
Mark's concerned that the acid is just going to take off way too much metal.
What's this? Are vastly superior to the alternative cleaning methods that damage items, etc., from sandblasting, acid dipping, and hand stripping. So maybe they don't acid dip.
The more metal we save, the more the car's worth.
No metal loss or metal fatigue occurs. Bingo! Home run.
Hey, Mark. I just want to let you know, man, that Darren and I came across another dipper, so you should give me a call back either on my cell phone or at the shop. All right, man, I hope you're doing all right. Talk to you later. Bye. Voicemail. I hope he's all right.
Just sitting out, chilling out here a little bit, taking a few minutes away, and getting ready to order some pieces and parts for one of the cars. I have a job. No matter what the other bananas do in there, I have a job and a responsibility to the owners of each and every one of these cars you see out here and inside that shop. So if I blow a gasket once in a while, if I vapor lock, yeah, I mean, it's...
Would you consider that a nervous breakdown?
No, that's not what I would consider a nervous breakdown. What I had was what everybody has 20 times a day, but I guess I'm not entitled to them. Okay, I see Royal. Look at Royal's hand sometime. Look at his hand. He has no knuckle right here. You know why? Because when we were kids, he punched a wall because he ran over his Kmart, because he ran over his oil filter with his car. Like anybody that's human, you're gonna lock up.
Pretty much turned out to be a destruction derby.
But I've got a $250,000 car.
For a car in this condition, we're the only option.
It's been a long time getting where we're at right now. So today I brought the guys up to Wilsonville, Oregon to go for a ride in some go-karts. We stopped by the Family Fun Center. It's called Bullwinkle's Family Fun Center. I gotta hand it to Darren and Josh. They did a great job. They found a dipper that knew what he was doing, that cared. I mean, it's amazing. I couldn't find him. I spent a week doing it.
It took my breath away. I couldn't believe it. It's like Mark Foreman complimenting me.
I think it'll be a great, fun time and experience for everyone.
Am I gonna win?
I don't care who wins as long as it's not Mark.
I'm hoping to beat Mark.
I think the rookie will pull through.
There's no second place, so whatever.
I'm excited, but I'm cold. It stopped raining finally. It's Oregon weather.
Number 23, please remove your helmet. Number 23, please remove your helmet. Once we had got up there and it was what I call go time, that's where I like to leave a lot of the comedy and the jesting behind. When I see a green flag or a green light, I think it's performance time. So I drop the hammer on the cart.
blast. It was a lot of fun.
Finally, the guys realized they would never be able to catch me because of my keen driving skills. So they decided they would kind of gang up against me and start bashing into me, maybe make me get into a wreck or something.
I hope they let us back. There was a sign on the back of the car that says no bumping allowed. I think we did everything but that. I thought it was actually going to be a race, but it pretty much turned out to be a destruction derby.
The no bumping rule was not enforced really heavily, but I would say they pretty much ignored it the whole time. Yeah.
I put people into the wall many times. That's what my purpose was out there.
Well, it was a lot of fun. We had a great time out there. Cheeks were a little rosy. I dusted everybody off. The only way they could beat me was to actually harpoon me in the side and spin me out. I think Cindy Brady is the first one that did it, and then the rest of them kind of jumped on board. I think everyone knows who number one is.
So if I had to pick a winner, it would have been Josh. Yeah, Mark probably won't like that, but that's okay because it's the truth.
The guy running the place named Tom, awesome dude. Man, he just rolled out the red carpet for us. We felt like celebrities there. Opened up the video arcade area to us, which I did pretty good at. Let us have at it. We had lunch in Bullwinkle's restaurant. Awesome food. We really had a great time up there. I think that's a great idea. No, we'll just stop what we're doing and get up there. After Josh had told me about the dipper, I got on the phone and talked to him. He said he had 2 car shows he had to take off to the following weekend, so if we wanted it dipped, get our butts up there. Okay, thanks, man. Bye. He said that they can squeeze the car in if I get it up there right now, so we're gonna head out. You catch that? We're leaving.
Okay, have fun.
We're going to Porter Willow Ride. You know, it's funny, after as long as we've had the 71 Cuda and talked about dipping it, to actually be at that point. And I stopped to think that I've got a $250,000 car that I'm loading into the back of a $50 manure trailer, and it fits. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, Mark.
Nice to meet you.
Good.
How are you?
Good, good. My name is Mike Walton, and I own American Metal Cleaning. We're located in Portland, Oregon. And we do chemically clean metals of all types. And we've been doing it actively for the public since 1985.
I'm sorry, I know we're like major late. We're always major late, and it's never my fault. See that squirrely looking guy over there?
I see
That's
that guy.
him.
Well, you brought me a unique piece over
I
there.
did bring you a very unique piece, yes.
Mark called me, and he has a very valuable rare car, a Cuda, that he needs completely paint stripped and all the rust removed. But he was asking if we could do that without removing any of the good metal, and obviously we can. But the car is brought to us, it's prepped, glass is out of it, it's totally disassembled, the wiring's out, interior's out, tires, wheels, suspension are all off of it. And then the first step it goes into is a paint strip bath. That's a heated bath, and that removes all the paint, grease, and the grime, but does not remove any metal. For a car in this condition, we're the only option, so I'm anxious to see the car done.
So Mike reminded me that the tank that it goes into, even though it doesn't remove metal, it does remove rust, and we're really not sure how much rust is on the car. And those last minute thoughts are real. They do go through your mind, and you think, man, when they drop that thing down in there, what's gonna happen? And worse yet, when they call me in 3 days, what's gonna happen? frankly, I think we've got a big investment riding on Mike's back. It's been a long time getting where we're at right now.
It's nice that the 71 Cuda is coming up to the top of the list, finally, after all these years, so we can get the car dipped and actually start putting the car back together to stop the carnage and make the car look beautiful again.
Mark's had the Cuda for a long time. I don't know exactly how many years to date, but ever since I've been here, it's pretty much been out back in the boneyard.
Since my client bought it 3 years ago, it's been buried in the ground, it's been flooded, it's spent countless hours behind another vehicle being pulled from place to place and being moved from shop to shop. It's spent hours on the frame rack. Not much else to be done to this car right now, except what we've been waiting and anticipating for, which is the dipping of the body.
For the past several months, Mark, Darren, Royal, and I have, we've all become family. As goofy as they look, and as wild as they act, and as old as they are, you could probably learn something from them.
Well, all right.
The past few months working with Mark and the crew at Graveyard Carz has been a very rewarding experience for me. I've learned a lot.
All the things that all of us guys have done together with the Cuda is all kind of coming to a head right now, and we're realizing that there's no more talking about getting it done. But the fact of the matter is, everything rides on this.
Okay, so now here's the part where you really need to be an optimist.
I don't know how much of it will come back. I don't know how much of the Cuda will come back.
The car's going to have more pieces to it than a puzzle.
Every car has a story. In the case of our 71 Cuda, when it comes out of the tank, it's either going to be the last page of the book or the beginning of a brand new chapter.